about Pillar. Okay, first of all, I like what Pillar is doing. Okay, and what helps me, how I kind of understand Pillar. Okay, what it is to me is it's an aggregation of blockchain services. Okay, so Pillar is an app, right? It's a wallet, you know, where you can store your coins, you can store your Bitcoin, store your Ethereum, store all the tokens, all the Ethereum tokens, right? So and you can send them to people, you can receive them, etc., right? And so it's a wallet, right? Not only that, it's the most advanced wallet out there, in my opinion. Okay, through their enabling of a smart contract enabled wallet, where you can store parts of your private key in different places, things like that. It's the most advanced crypto wallet that I've seen. Okay, but it's also much more. Okay, and what they're doing is they're adding all these different blockchain services. Okay, so one of them is a wallet, right? Because a blockchain service is money. That's probably the most important use case of money, right? Of blockchain is money. So you can send someone Bitcoin, you can receive Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, which is my favorite, right? Or Litecoin or Digibyte or whatever you want to use as money. Okay, you can send and receive peer-to-peer money, cash, electronic cash. So that's the wallet, right? But there's other blockchain services that you can use too. One of them is DeFi, right? So peer-to-peer lending markets. You think of like DAI and other ones that are coming out. Compound is another one, where you can stake, your coins and earn interest. You can take out loans. People can loan. People can borrow money from you. Credit. You can do blockchain credit scores. All sorts of different DeFi things, right? You can do decentralized betting, prediction markets, things like that. Okay, and so through the Pillar wallet, they're adding all these DeFi things, so you'll be able to lend and stake and all these things from your Pillar wallet. Okay, so we have money, we have DeFi through blockchain. You can do messaging through blockchain, right? Like the Whisper protocol, I believe it's called, where it's basically peer-to-peer messaging that's uncensorable, it's private, things like that. And we have other blockchain services even. You can do non-fungible tokens for like gaming. You can do gaming itself, where there's a blockchain in the back end, where like non-fungible tokens. That's one of the things you can do, but also just messaging and stuff like that through the game. So gaming's another important one. Mostly for gaming, I would say it's non-fungible tokens. That's the most common use case for gaming, right? Where it's it's collectibles in the game that you can't replicate, so they have more value, right? Because it's not like code you can copy and paste. Okay, so that's an important component of a blockchain as well. And so there's all these different things that you can build on with the blockchain, right? So payments, money, DeFi, non-fungible tokens, etc., etc. And what Pillar is doing is they're putting all that into one app. Okay, so to me, it's kind of like Google. Okay, so you have Google, and Google has all these services, right? So you download like the Google app, right? So Google has Google Maps. It's all the internet-based services, right? So you can do. So what's the things that you can do on the internet? You can do search. Okay, that's one of them. Social media, that's another one, etc., etc. And so what Pillar is doing is they're kind of building one blockchain app. And so instead of having to deal with all these different wallets, you got your Litecoin wallet, you got your Bitcoin Cash wallet, you got your Digibyte wallet, you have to store all these different coins in all these different wallets, and then you have to interact with DeFi. You have to have a different wallet to interact with DeFi because you have to use MetaMask or whatever your browser you're using. Instead, if you have one app where you can buy your coins, you can exchange your coins, you can sell your coins, you can send them, you can receive them, you can interact with the whole DeFi network on Ethereum, right? So you can put your coins into Compound, you can stake on MakerDAO, you can compound, you can lend, you can borrow, you can message, you can trade your non-fungible tokens with other gamers, all through one app, okay? And that's what Pillar's doing, okay? And I don't really see anyone else doing it to the extent that they're doing it at the speed and the UI. Okay, I really like the user interface a lot too, actually. But I don't see any other team doing to an extent that they're doing such a blockchain services aggregator. Like there's wallets, there's there's DeFi and things like that. But there's no one, building one app and then integrating all of those services into one app like they are. Okay, and I think that's really the use case for Pillar. Now, will Pillar succeed? Will they fail? I don't know. That's for you to decide. Okay. I don't want to show Pillar endlessly, but the risk reward is very good. If we can remember Cliff High's data, he said it would go 1-to-1 with Ethereum. Okay. Now, from these prices, that'd be pretty unbelievable. Okay. Do I think it'll go 1-to-1 with Ethereum? No, of course not. Could it? Yeah. Anything can happen, right? This is crypto, and it's a crazy world we live in. Could it have a spike to 1-to-1 with Ethereum? Yeah, it could. But do I think it will? No. But you gotta think of the risk reward, right? With some of these utility tokens. Talk about Populous 2, Veritasium. Pillar's like a fourth of its ICO price. During the making of this video, I think the ICO price was like 10 cents or something, and right now it's at like 3 cents. So you can get it for pennies on the dollar. And the risk reward for some of these utility tokens, including Pillar, is pretty insane in my opinion. Because again, I think that some of these utility tokens will become monsters, okay? Because there's a need for them. We have oversaturation of blockchains, and what we need is business models that run on top of the blockchains, okay? And the utility tokens that can add the most services, the fastest, and provide value for holding the token and using the token will, they'll grow very quickly, okay? And in some ways, like I've talked about, they're a hedge because they're blockchain agnostic. If another chain started to dominate, Pillar can move to Tezos or whatever the chain may be. So yeah, if you haven't downloaded the Pillar app, download it. It's on the App Store. They have it on both Android and they have it on Apple. Okay, give it a shot. You can add me at Luke Pryor. Maybe I'll send you some Pillar. We can exchange contact information. And yeah, check it out. I like their user interface. I like what they're doing. You can follow them on Telegram and go and check out Pillar. But yeah, I like what they're doing. And they're also building nice utility for the token with the Pillar payment network. Having where you can get discounts on services and pay for services using the Pillar token. They got a lot of good partnerships rolling out when they release their 2020 updates. And yeah, I like what they're doing. And if you want to know the value of the Pillar token, imagine a token where you pay for this the goods and services on an app where you can access all blockchain services. So you send in receiving ads to the utility of the token or buying token every time you exchange, etc., etc. Hope that helps you guys out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Talk to you guys later.